Alrighty, it's TwoSun time again with the TS89 Wong design. Hey guys, hey, thanks for showing up, tuning in to the Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. Got Flanagan. He's our good luck charm. Hopefully, like, the camera doesn't give out, the sound doesn't go out. I don't replay this thing and find out it's all screwed up and I got to reshoot it. So I rub his hat. Oh, buddy, please stay with me. This is the TwoSun TS89, which, don't you love the way they mark these boxes? Oh, by the way, they don't mark these boxes. That's me and my magic marker, because they don't mark the blade in the model number, do they? No. Well, they billboard it up with their TwoSun logo and Wong design and D2 and stuff like that, but they don't put the actual model number on it. So there you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You know how many TwoSun models are out in that marketplace right now? Probably well over, I don't know. I don't even know, but it's got to be over 100. And the problem is, you get a knife and you go, okay, and you may not know the model number. So you got to just go type in TwoSun on your Google, and where it says images, click here. You click on the images, go find one that looks like your knife, and you'll figure out the model number. It's ridiculous. So I write it on the box, and I try and keep it with the right box. In any case, this is a Wong design, and they don't say anything on eBay. You buy these on eBay. I do. I mean, you can buy some TwoSun knives on DHgate or AliExpress, but you can't buy them all, and you can't buy most of them even. So you gotta, if you can't buy them there, eBay's the place, and this is where I got mine, and I paid $61 and a penny for it. And there's the seller, DWin99, 12,610 transactions, 99.8% positive. I should read some of his negatives. Oh my God. In any case, so, you know, PayPal, you're backed up by eBay, PayPal. Yeah, it takes about 2 weeks to get it. So yeah, it did. But, wow. And I will give you the link to this designer on Instagram. You can look on his Instagram site and, you know, direct message him, ask him about things. There's another one, there's a TS81 coming out now that I will endeavor to get my hands on, because it's another beautiful design from Wong. And it's, God, I can't remember his full name, but in any case, this is his last name. We'll leave it at that. Beautiful satin blade. You got this fuller on the blade. You got this fuller down the center on both sides. It's just a design that flows. And it's got single row ceramic bearings on the pivot, ceramic detent ball. Just really nice action. Very muted thud when this thing closes, because it's dense. This thing is dense. This is not a lightweight knife. This is a real, it's weighty. It's got some weight to it. In fact, let's flick it open. Oh man, the thing about this one is you got to be careful, because that flipper tab's already past your thumb, and so if this thing drops, there's the blade, there's your thumb. So be careful that way. I just kind of push it past the detent ball and give her a little shake and a drop. You can loosen this a little bit and let it drop a little quicker, but it's the way I like it. That's the way I set it up. In any case, yeah, like I said, it's a real chunk, isn't it? 5 ounces. Ouch. 146 grams. I mean, that's not ridiculous, but it's weighty. It's weighty, okay? And if you look inside here, they didn't do any weight relieving on the inside here, although you got to take into account that they did come through here and take material out. you know, it's contoured titanium scales. The backspacer's okay. It's kind of just plain. And maybe that's kind of what we're getting here too. So maybe that's in keeping. If this would have been more of like a little fancier, maybe suspended or something, I might have preferred it. Although, let me have you do an exercise here. And this is what I did. This is how impressed I am with this knife. Forget about the TwoSun. Forget about it, okay? Forget about the logo. Take this knife. Look at this knife. That's just a beautiful design. Now, let's say I'm Joe Blow, a known mid-tech knife producer in the US. And this is my new design. I'm making this knife. It's got ceramic bearings. Let's say the steel here is CTS XHP. And I'm going to make a run of 200 of these. I'll bet I could sell these for $300 a piece. And I bet the feel and the quality is not going to be that much better. I mean, CNCs are CNC machine. I mean, you know, whatever I'm saying. Wow. And really, I mean, going to, if this was M390 or whatever, I mean, this knife would probably be like $130 if it was M390, which is ridiculous. That's still a hell of a deal. But this I got for, like I said, $61 and a penny, and that included shipping. I just visually, I really like this knife. I really like the design. I love the flow of the lines on this knife. You know, this really speaks to me. There's your little lanyard area back in here. So that's kind of hidden away, but it's there. Actually, I carried this a couple times. It slides in the pocket really well. You wouldn't think so, but this is not that bad. I mean, I was wearing jeans and stuff, and it's fairly heavy, so I wouldn't, you know, for really, really light summer grab and go, get you something really light, you know. But this, no, this is not really light, but this is really a good looking design. Still trying to figure out if I like this, you know, this kind of on your way to going octagonal type thing, or whether they should have just kept it a curve. All one, kind of like they did here. Other than that, man, that's a good look to that. How big is it? It's over 8.5. Come here. It's over 8.5 inches. It's not 9, but it's 8 7/8. That's a hoss, isn't it? And it's, wow. It's not 4 inches, but it's over 3 3/4. So it's 3 7/8, which is right at probably 97, 98 millimeters. I mean, that's a good size knife. What do we got for centimeters? 22.5. Yeah, it's a hoss. Let's see what we got for here. This fills the hand up. Yeah, it's almost 6/10 of an inch. Yeah, 14.9. Let's see what we got for probably 4. 3.7 at least. See if we can kick in here and grab a piece. Yeah, 3.7. 0.15 something. That's some stuff right there. That's just a good looking knife. You got some jimping here, more style points than actual. You can feel it. It's nothing outstanding, but you can feel it. You got a little bit of a choil cutaway here, so for sharpening. Got some belly on this knife. And the good thing about the flipper tab, and it is jimped, it's way up front here, but it doesn't make it difficult for me still to grab it. So it's fairly intuitive. It's smooth. The detent's not overpowering. Nah, it's like a 5 on my scale. So it's not like a 6, 6.5, 7. You know, it's not crazy, but it's smooth. It's smooth. Oh, by the way, I was gonna show it to you. ceramic bearings. See, now what they're doing on this one and also on the 103. The 103 is this little dog here. That's a night morning design. Okay, so what they're doing on both of these, first of all, they got a rubber O-ring here where the pivot tube goes, and then the pivot screw also from the other side. They have little rubber O-rings, which keeps the thing from backing out on you. There's your hardened steel insert, ceramic detent ball, ceramic bearings. See these bearing rings here? I mean, these are your washers, which go in here and go in here. But I mean, on the insides of them, you know which way to face it because the bearings settle in this indent around here and ride on that. Can't remember. You know, they always use this kind of white, viscous, almost like a white lithium grease, only a little lighter than that, but not much. I don't like that. And you got, of course, here's your blade, internal blade stop here. I wipe all that off and I stick some pivot lube, knife pivot lube, and I'll tell you about that sometime. KPL, some of the other people are talking about it, Stasa 23, and I think Slicey Dicey and stuff. In any case, I'll mention that on my upcoming Trader's Corner. In any case, really, really solid, well-made knife. You know, I've handled a few in my day. So this is the 103, this is the 89, but I tell you what, this is a lot lighter, of course. But this thing is not a night morning design. This is a Wong design. The TS81 is going to be a Wong design as well. And you just can't go Wong with this knife. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, can't go Wong. Whew. Yeah, this is a really cool. The ergos on this are pretty good. This fits me pretty well. You got this kind of pistol grip thing going on here, you know. And if your fingers aren't the right width, it might hit you a little funny there. Me, it's just right. How he figured that out, I don't know. But he got me dead to rights on that. And reverse grip is comfortable as well. So, not a real heavy detent. That's good. That's about normal for most flipper knives. Very smooth, no lock rock, no blade play, centered up. Even after I took it apart, put it back together, centered right up. Nice that it's got the back spacer, beautiful design, good size knife, which, you know, I kind of prefer. I'm still that kind of guy, but, you know, there's your para too. Not as big, is it? It's only a ½ inch shorter, but, you know, of course it looks more dramatic in that aspect ratio than it does in this. This, they're going to look closer to the same size. Still a bigger knife. And definitely heavier. Definitely heavier. So, yeah, if they could have hustled around some of the inside spaces under here, under here, under here, and taken some more out, they might have got it down to 5 even. Or maybe a little less, which would have lightened it. But, you know, it's got some heft to it that I like. I like that feel. Full-length knife, sharp, just really a pleasure. Really a pleasure. Right out of the box, you know. Of course, I took it apart, but, you know, I don't know that I noticed the action all that much different after I put it together, even though I wiped it down. That knife pivot lube's pretty good, though. You have to try that out. That's really interesting. Yeah, wow. The grind's really nice on here. Symmetrical. Yeah, symmetrical plunge. I mean, it's very minimalist on this flipper tab, though. It almost doesn't show, which is really nice. I mean, you know, you get some flipper knives that tabs way up there. This is really nice. It's almost disappears on this design. Gotta say, I think he did all right on this. He really did. Great design. I think we'll be seeing more from Wong on this, and I'll give you the link to his Instagram. Go give him some kudos. Take a look at the TS81s coming in with kind of a white bone inlay here. And look on eBay. Just type in TwoSun TS81. This is the TS89. Check that out. TS103. Night morning design. Much lighter. Full carbon fiber scale down here. Titanium. This is also ceramic bearings. Whew. They're growing up. I remember the first TwoSun knives that came out a long time ago. Oh, maybe 2 years, huh? Way back. I know it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But it seems like it. Seems like it was a long time ago. In any case, how they have evolved. Sell a lot of knives. Thousands and thousands over eBay. So, in any case, if you like these TwoSun knives, I just think they're great. $61. Where do you get that for $61? Go ahead and tell me. Tell me where you get that for $61. That's just crazy. That's just a little bit more than a G10, than a G10 Best Tech knife. I mean, they both got D2 steel, and this is a really good knife, but I think this is even more expensive. That is probably $60-something here. Because, that's got that titanium backspacer. Here's the, Paladin. But, wow. That's amazing. That's a, it's just not a beloved and or necessarily highly approved or touted brand right now in the United States. But just look on eBay. Look at the thousands of transactions that are going on there. There's a lot of people doing these knives. I'm telling you, there's something to it. I know it. I've felt really good knives, crappy knives, all knives in between. I feel quality here. All right, guys. Gonna let you go. We will be testing the steel on these knives, by the way. Hold on for more news on that. Because you know what we do around here. What do we do, Flanagan? Me boy, we love them knives. Yes, we do. So you guys, stay sharp.